Hello. I've just got home from work. It's a beautiful evening, and I thought I'd show you how I propagate basil from a supermarket plant. So 4 weeks ago I did one of my big monthly shops. I've been trying to go less often at the moment with it all being a bit mad, and I bought myself a really nice looking basil plant. In fact, this basil plant. So I've had it for 4 weeks now, and I took a load of cuttings from this, and I now have many basil plants that I'm going to pot up this evening. So I thought I'd show you how you can quickly grow lots of basil plants from just the one. So you can share it with your friends, or you can make your patch much bigger, much quicker. Obviously it does take a little bit of time, but I'm going to show you exactly how I've made my basil plants today. So the first thing you need to do is take your cutting. So I'm going to start with this piece over here. Now, I don't know if you can see, but in this basil plant there's loads of just single plants. It's not one big bush. All of these stems are individual little plants. So this one here is a nice tall one. What I'm going to do is where the leaves come out, so up here where the leaves come out up there, I want to go 1, 2 back and then snip it off. So then you have your little basil cutting like that. What you want to do is save the leaves that you're not going to need. I take them off with my fingers, just pinch them off. Now at these little joins there's loads of growth hormones, what encourages the leaves, so that's where your roots are going to try and grow from. So what you want to end up with is a stick of stem. It can be longer than this. What you want to make sure you've got though is just a couple of leaves at the top and 2 nodes, which is where the leaves grow from, and then you take it and you plop it into water. These are the 2 I've got so far. So I've got this one that you've just seen, which is quite short, and then I've got one that I did just before, which is quite a lot longer. But as you can see, there's still 2 nodes on it, so one that's just above the water and one that's just below. I will top up this water so that it comes above the node to try and stimulate it to grow. Right, so these are the cuttings that I took 4 weeks ago. They are coming on really well. I just want to show you how well they're doing. One of my better ones. Here we go. Look at all those roots. Look at them. Now you've got a few that have died back where the water levels dropped, so you've got to make sure you keep topping it up all the time. But this one was just these leaves here, so the rest of it has all grown from that in 4 weeks. It's quite impressive really, isn't it? I'm gonna try and get out all of these ones from 4 weeks ago to show you how they're all doing. I think I've got 7 or so in here. Ooh. Trying to do this one-handed. That's another one. Getting all wet, it's dripping through the table. One there. That one there. That one, look at that one. Gee. Look at those roots, look how big they are. And that all started from nothing. They really want to grow. Look at them. This one's going to flower, so we'll snip that one off because we don't want them to flower. Same with that one, so we'll take the top off. Now, you can see that the tops of these, they're going a bit pale, so that's where they've just been in water. They need some food. Right, so next step. So we've got step 1, which is your cutting with your 2 nodes. You wait for a few weeks, put them on a nice windowsill, make sure you keep the water topped up, and then you should have a lovely rooty seedling ready to go. And then they go in a pot. It's a bit lopsided because where the roots grew at sort of an angle, it's pushed right over to one side. Right. If once you plant them in soil like this, don't be surprised if the growth really slows down. They've got to get used to growing in soil rather than water. So to begin with, they can look like they're not doing very well. Now this one is starting to flower, so I'm going to cut the top off. It's better anyway to make sure they're quite nice and small and bushy plants. And yeah, it's the last stage. So sun's going down pretty quick now, but I have ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 basil plants that are in the soil and rooted. I've got my original basil plant, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more cuttings in to try and root. So I got this basil plant from Aldi. It was 60p, I think, and it was in really good nick. I was really pleased with it. It was a nice bushy one. So yeah, I've managed to get all these plants for 60p. It's an absolute bargain. So here they are. All these plants, as you can see, I've snipped the tops off. I've cut them down so they've got like 2 lots of leaves each, to try and give them a bit more of a chance to adjust to being in the soil rather than water. And I've got my original one, which is looking a bit sorry for itself now. I've trimmed lots off. And then I've got all these sat in here ready to go. I've also got in this little sandwich bag lots of basil leaves, which I took off the bottom of these ones, which I can use in my salad and my sandwich tomorrow. So that's going to be lovely. So I hope you find that helpful and interesting. I love making more basil plants from just the one. It's really interesting to watch them grow on my kitchen windowsill, and it's satisfying to know that I've managed to create myself some essentially free plants. Those leaves down at the bottom you could use for your whatever you're cooking. I love them in paninis with like mozzarella and tomato, or I stick it in my spag bowl, or I make pesto. Oh, it's amazing. I couldn't get over how good homemade pesto tasted. So nah, I'm completely addicted. I mean, the smell just by itself, I could just stick my head in it all day and be like, ah. I used to work in a supermarket, and I could smell the basil at the end of like the checkout. It was always my favourite thing to come through the tills. So that's how I grow my basil plants from a single supermarket plant. Let me know if you give it a go. Let me know in the comments how you get on with growing your own. Remember, be patient. Make sure that it's always watered, and make sure that you have those 2 little nodes on your stem to give it a good chance of growing some roots. But yeah, I shall see you in the next video. If you like this one, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel to see more. All right, thank you. See you soon. Bye.